Thank you for joining me for this quick yoga stretch video. At home, I don't have my yoga strap like I do at the yoga studio, so I've got this bathrobe strap that I'm going to be using today. So if you have a belt or a scarf or a bathrobe strap, we'll be using that to do a little bit of stretching. And as well, maybe a folded blanket or a pillow. Mine says, "Let's stay home." That's kind of fitting for these days that we're going through right now. So if you want to grab those and get yourself onto a yoga mat or a cozy floor, maybe. It doesn't have to be anything specific or special. Just we're going to make ourselves nice and comfortable. So let's lay down onto our mat to start with. And here you might take a pillow underneath your knees if you like, or you might even take a pillow the lengthways up your spine to open up across your chest. For me, I'm just gonna lay flat onto my mat, keep it simple, take a few moments here, and just give myself a little bit of a decompress. So starting with some nice long, slow, deep breaths, all the way in to the bottom of the lungs. My belly will rise as I inhale, release as I exhale. So with your eyes closed, toes falling away from each other, shoulder blades down the back, long back of the neck, give yourself a little bit of an adjustment, just making sure that we're completely comfortable. Taking a scan from the bottoms of the feet all the way through to the top of the head. Noticing if there's anywhere that you can relax, release, and let go. And then let's take a nice big deep breath all the way into the bottom of the lungs, holding it at the top. So big inhale, holding it, inhaling even deeper, and then big sigh to let it go. Let's do another one of those. Nice big deep breath all the way in. Hold it at the top. Inhale even deeper. And then big sigh, let it go. Tuning into that nice long, slow, deep breath. In through the nose and out through the nose if you can. Noticing where the body expands on the inhalation, where it releases on the exhalation. And noticing where the body is connecting to the mat. Giving yourself this few moments to just let go of your day, and let go of the outside world. Let yourself go a little deeper into the relaxation. Keeping that breath nice and long and deep. Turning your attention to the fingers and toes. And then slowly starting to wiggle the fingers and toes. Noticing any sensations that you feel as you do that. Maybe spreading and scrunching fingers and toes a few times. Create some movements in those joints. And then getting into the wrists and the ankles, starting to rotate the hands and the feet. Nice circles. And then let's all reach our arms up over the head towards the back of the room. And then we'll start to point and flex the feet a few times. We'll interlace the fingers, push those palms up and away. Get a nice big, deep morning stretch. Keep that breath going nice and long and deep. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. So bending those knees, maybe getting rid of that pillow if you've got one underneath you. And we're just going to give ourselves a little gentle rock from side to side. So starting to feel the hips here. And again, feeling the body against the mat. So while we're in these yoga poses, we want to really bring our awareness to the body. Any sensations, Maybe that little massage along the back body as we rock from side to side. And then we're going to take one hand on each knee and we're going to circle the knees away from each other and back towards each other. Just some nice big slow circles. So feeling these circles, feeling the change in the stretch as you move. And then taking those circles in the other direction. Noticing any sensation, keeping that breath nice and long and deep. And then taking the knees and holding them nice and wide. We're going to bring them up towards the armpits and down in line with the hips a few times. So just back and forth until you find your sweet spot. Where does it feel like a nice stretch? Pause there, holding those knees nice and wide. Remember, the stretch is to a point where it feels like a good stretch, nothing painful. Shoulder blades are going to come down the back, long back of the neck. Close your eyes and then start to rotate the feet, getting into the ankles. Both directions. Point and flex, scrunch and spread. Making some movements. Mindful movements. So you're really noticing the movement and how it feels in the body. And then bringing those knees back towards each other, give them a nice hug, and again, a little squeeze into the chest. And as you do that, pull the tailbone towards the mat. So we're getting a little deeper into the hips here. Keep that breath going nice and deep. Still nice long back of the neck. Good, and then we're going to bring our feet down flat, a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're just going to windshield wipe the knees from side to side. So it doesn't have to be a big movement. Definitely keep it a nice slow movement. So just a little twist for that lower spine. Again, the sensations along the back body. Good, and then we'll stretch both legs down the mat. Reach the arms up overhead. And then we're going to walk the feet off to the right side, walk the hands off to the right side. So we're getting long into the left side body here. You might hold on to the left wrist and get even longer. And now think about sending the breath into the left side. So expanding on your inhalation, releasing on the exhalation. Keep it going nice and long and deep. Good, bring it through center, walk the feet off to the left, walk the hands off to the left, getting long into the right side body, a banana shape with the body here. And then again, increasing your breath, nice, long, slow, deep breaths. That long breath, it's just like magic for the nervous system. Beautiful. Bring it back through center. Let's again bring the knees into the chest. So we're going to hug them into the chest, only this time we're going to hold on underneath the knees. Now bring the knees above the chest and then above the hips and just move it back and forth that way. Notice if there's a nice little massage along the lower back, maybe the sacrum area. This might feel good for you. You can keep it here, or if you want to go deeper, you can start to rock yourself up to sitting. Keep the chin tucked in, roll down along the spine. So up and down, rocking horse, back and forth, or keep those knees above the chest and above the hips. Your choice, always listening to your body. What feels best for you? And then eventually we're all gonna make our way up to seated. So you can rock yourself to seated, or from the spine, take yourself onto your right side, bring that left hand down, and then just gently support yourself up. Good. From seated, let's take it over onto the hands and knees. So we're gonna make our way into our tabletop or cat-cow position. Hands are gonna go underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Let's get nice and long into the spine, and then move our way into our cow. So lifting tailbone, sink the belly down, pull shoulders down the back, pull the chest through the arms, looking up. Nice big deep breath in And then as we exhale, moving it into cat, tuck tailbone, pull belly in, part shoulders, relax the head. Flowing with your own breath here. Inhaling to your cow, and then exhaling to your cat. Moving with your breath, that slow flow with the breath. Again, magic for the nervous system. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's make our way into our puppy stretch. So the hands are going to come nice and wide out in front of you. We're going to keep those hips stacked over top of the knees, and then we're going to send the forehead down to the mat. We're reaching the hips up and back, and we're going to keep the elbows lifted here as we push into the hands, lengthen through the spine. Forehead is down, chest is sinking towards the mat. We're getting a nice chest opener, getting warmed up into the shoulders. Deep breath. Beautiful. Let's come back up, walking those hands back, and we're going to make our way into our down dog from here. So we'll spread those fingers nice and wide. We're going to roll the toes under and then reach the hips up and back. So you can always readjust yourself here on your mat. We're going to make sure that the hands are about shoulder width apart and the fingers are spread wide and the palms are pushed nice and flat. We'll bend both knees just a little bit. We're going to reach those hips up and back. And then let's sink the heels down towards the mat. So it's like we're sending everything towards the back of the room, getting that nice stretch. Full deep breath here. You might want to walk your dog so you can bend one knee at a time, pushing the opposite heel down. Maybe you can even come up onto both tippy toes as you inhale, and then as you exhale, sink your heels. Taking your time, whatever movements feel good. Good. From that down dog, let's take ourselves into a forward fold. So we're going to either walk the hands back or the feet forward, making our way into forward fold. So feet underneath those hips. We're going to bend the knees nice and deeply. Let everything hang forward. Let the head and neck hang. Grab onto your elbows and maybe give yourself a little gentle sway from side to side. Just release and relax. Let the head go. Give it a little shake yes and a little shake no. And then maybe straightening and bending the knees just slightly to notice where our sweet spot is. The breath is deep. And once you've found that sweet spot, knees can be bent or straight. We don't have to be in this perfect forward fold. It's whatever feels right for us. It doesn't matter what it looks like, just whatever it feels like. Find that center. And then take the biggest, deepest breath you've got. Inhaling, holding it at the top. And then big sigh to let it go. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, nice, big, deep breath. Exhale to let it go. Good. Release the hands. Give the hands a little whirl around. And we're going to bend the knees nice and deep. We're going to engage into our core, so belly button towards the spine as we roll ourselves all the way up to standing nice and slowly with control. And then we'll reach those arms up and back, push the hips forward, and then taking it back down into your forward fold. Let it go back. We'll walk ourselves back into our down dog. Beautiful. From down dog, pedaling out the feet a few times here, and then making our way into child's pose. So knees can come down nice and wide, big toes to touch. So point those toes. You might use your pillow here to take it down onto your heels, and you can sit back like that. If you feel comfortable, it can go all the way down. The hips can go all the way down to the heels. Maybe we want to have the forehead down, so maybe we even use this pillow to put the forehead onto. So see what feels best for you. We want to make sure we feel good. It's comfortable for us. Forehead comes down, hips come down. Maybe give yourself a little wiggle from side to side. Let those shoulders relax, maybe roll across the forehead a couple times. And then find your breath here, nice and deep. We're gonna walk the hands over towards the right side of the mat. So we're gonna get nice and long into the left side body. So keep that left hip down, left shoulder down, relax the forehead, walk those hands until you feel the stretch into the left side. And then really let yourself sink. Big breath here. Good, let's take it through center, off towards the left, inching that right hand nice and high. Getting long into the right side body, so sink that right hip down, sink the right shoulder, inch the right hand away, relax the forehead, and breathe. Beautiful, bring it back through center. Let's take ourselves back up onto our hands and knees, and we're gonna make our way into our plank. So that high push-up, getting the core engaged here. So hands underneath shoulders. We're gonna tuck the tailbone a slight bit, pull the belly button in, and then think about your neck, nice long back of the neck. Really strong here throughout the core. Find your breath. Beautiful. From here, let's take the left knee down. Left foot can come just off the mat if you like, a little kickstand. Right foot is gonna spin flat, and then right arm is gonna reach up and then towards the front of the room. So towards the top of your mat. We're gonna lift those hips up nice and high, get long into the right side body. Good, big breath here. Beautiful, let's sweep that right hand down. Same thing to the other side. So let's come back into our plank. Core is engaged. Right knee comes down, spinning that right foot just off the mat. Left foot spins flat. Left arm reaches up. And then reach it towards the top of the mat. Lifting the hips even higher. Big breath. Beautiful, sweeping that left arm down. Back into our plank. Glorious, strengthening plank. Breathe. Think about the top of the head reaching towards the front of the room, the heels reaching towards the back of the room. And then we're gonna take those knees down. We're gonna bend at the elbows, so elbows are gonna be nice and tight to the body as we lower ourselves all the way down, pointing toes. We're gonna take a cobra here. So shoulders down and back, push the toes down, hips push down. We're gonna just use the back muscles. So let the hands hover as you start to lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Good, relax the forehead down. Take a breath. One more time, just like that. Inhaling to lift, squeezing shoulders down and back, and then exhale to lower. Good, let's come up that way again. We're gonna squeeze those shoulders down and back. Now we're gonna put the hands down under the shoulders and start to lift, nice and gently. It can be an inch, it can be all the way up, as long as we keep shoulders back and elbows nice and tight to the body. Toes down, hips down. Big, beautiful back bend. Nice, releasing back down. Let's take it back into our child's pose. So big toes can touch. You can have the knees wide, or you can even take them a little bit closer together. We want the hips to stay down onto the heels. The forehead can come down to a mat or that pillow. Hands can reach out in front or towards the toes. Shoulders are gonna relax. Take the biggest, deepest breath you've got all the way into the bottom of the lungs, and then full exhalation. Think about that again. Nice, big, deep breath. Full exhalation. Beautiful, rolling ourselves all the way up to sitting. We're gonna take those shoulders up and back a couple times, and then we're gonna come into seated. So if you wanna use that pillow, you can do that to sit on. It's nice to get the hips elevated a little bit so that we end up with the pelvis sort of tilted forward. We don't wanna have ourselves rounding back. We want the spine nice and long, so you can always sit with your legs crossed. You can have them sitting out straight out front, or whatever feels good for you. But that little elevation for a pillow or bolster, or if you have a blanket too, you can sit onto that, fold up the blanket. We're gonna take our strap, our yoga strap, the fancy bathrobe string here, bathrobe belt, I guess that's the technical term. And we're gonna take it a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're gonna take the shoulders down and back, and we're gonna get some tension on that strap. So turn the hands slightly inwards, and then we're gonna inhale, start to reach those arms up until we find a little bit of an opening. You know that spot where you can feel a little bit of resistance. Nice deep breath, and then we're gonna exhale to release it down. Good, so really slowly when we're flossing these shoulders, we're gonna be nice and gentle with ourselves so we can take it back into that part where we feel a little bit of stretch, and then you can release it forward again. So you can keep going like that, the inhaling up and releasing it down, or you can take it a little bit wider when you get here and find that real sweet spot where it feels like a really nice opening, a nice stretch. Pause for a breath there. Then if we want to go deeper, we can start to let ourselves come all the way through down towards the mat. And you're always welcome to keep doing that up and forward, or find your way into that sweet spot. Don't rush through that sweet spot. Hold the sweet spot, take the deep breath. Let it come back down, either forward or behind you, your choice. Being nice and gentle with yourself. So yeah, remember, we want these stretches to go to a point where they feel like a good stretch. It can be a deep stretch, but never to pain. Breath really helps to signal the body to relax and release. So keep connecting with that breath. Good. And then take a couple more if you like, or gently bringing it back down in front. And then give those shoulders a shrug up towards the ears and roll back down. Nice big breaths again here. Good, give them a little bit of a wiggle. Let's take ourselves down onto our mat, or onto our backs, and we're gonna get rid of that pillow for a moment. And we're gonna use this strap to stretch out the legs. So we're gonna start out with the right foot into the strap. So just draping your strap over top of that right leg. So left foot can be flat with a bent knee. See how that feels. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to straighten that left leg down the mat. You might even get a little bit more into the left hip flexor that way. So this strap is we're on about the ball of the foot. And then we're gently bringing it up towards the upper body. Shoulders down and back, long back of the neck. Find that stretch. Big deep breath. So shoulders are down, long neck, eyes closed, breath is deep. Beautiful. We're going to move both ends of the strap into the right hand. And we're going to take the left hand to the left hip. We want to keep this left hip down. We're going to start to open up that right leg over to the right side. So all the way over until it feels, if you're close to the wall, you might have to scooch away from that a little bit. So we're going to open up to the right side, but keep the left hip down. So open up, shoulders down and back again, long back of the neck. Find your breath. Keep some tension on that strap, so we're getting nice and deep to that right thigh. Beautiful. We'll take that strap back up through center. And now the left hand is gonna hold on to that strap. So from here, left hand onto the strap, right arm is gonna come out like a wing. We're gonna reach that right arm out, and then we're gonna slowly, with control, lower this right leg over to the left side of the body. So the left leg is gonna really relax here. The knee might even bend. We're gonna stack this right hip on top of the left. So it doesn't matter how far down the leg goes. It can go all the way down. It can come to a hover. Your choice. Right arm is out like a wing, and we're trying to keep that right shoulder down. Now, this is a twist for the spine. So lower spine is twisting to the left, upper spine is twisting to the right. If we want to add in the neck nice and gently, if it feels okay, we're going to look over the right shoulder. Good. Now find your breath as big and deep as you can. Like a massage along the spine. The inhalation expanding, the exhalation releasing. Good, we'll take that right leg back up through center. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. Give it a nice little hug, give the foot a little whirl around. Bring the left knee in as well. Give yourself a nice little hug, a little gentle rock from side to side. And then we'll take the right foot flat and we'll strap the left foot up. So again, onto the ball of the foot there, just draping your strap over top. Right foot can stay flat, or you can reach it all the way down the mat. Shoulders down and back, long back of the neck. Maybe even the eyes are closed so we can really turn inward. And then gently pulling this leg towards the upper body until we feel a good stretch. Just a good stretch. We don't want to be crazy. We're not forcing our body into this. We are learning to let go, learning to release a little deeper. So find the deep breath that signals the muscles to release and let go. Let's move the strap into the left hand, right hand onto the right hip. Let's keep that right hip down on the mat as we gently open up to the left side. Again, doesn't matter how far it goes. We're just getting ourselves a nice little stretch. A nice deep stretch. Lengthen the back of the neck again and let yourself release and relax into it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters what it feels like. Good, we'll bring that back up through center. Let's move the strap into the right hand. Left arm comes out like a wing. Gently crossing that leg over towards the right side of the body. So right leg relaxes, left hip stacks. Good. Again, left arm is out like a wing, and then you can look over the left shoulder if it feels okay for your neck, or just keep looking straight up, whatever feels best. Think about finding the breath as deep as you can. So you can feel that expansion on the inhalation, and then the release on the exhalation. We just let ourselves just sink and let go with each exhalation. Twisting lower spine to the right, upper spine to the left. Beautiful, bringing it back up through center. And bending that left knee, hug that left knee in, let your strap go. Give that foot a little whirl around. Maybe hug the right knee in. Give yourself a little gentle rock from side to side. And then we're gonna make our way into a little relaxation. So if you wanna make yourself nice and cozy on your mat, you can have the feet stretched out nice and wide again. You can put a pillow underneath those knees, arms out at a 45-degree angle, shoulders down your back, long back of the neck. And we're just gonna go through a little relaxation exercise here. So we're gonna point the toes away from us and tense the muscles in the legs. Really tense them and let them relax. Flex the feet towards you, tense the muscles in the legs, and let them relax. Squeeze your sit muscles to lift your hips, lift and squeeze, and let it relax. Pull the belly down towards the spine, really pull it down, and let it relax. Lift both hands a few inches off the mat. Give the hands a little whirl around. Spread the fingers, give them a little wiggle, and then make a fist with both hands and tense every muscle in the arms. Really, really tense them and let them release. Roll your head to the right. Roll your head to the left. Bring it back through center. And then we're going to take the shoulder blades down the back as we lift the center of the chest. So lifting the chest, squeeze those shoulders down and back. Take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, let it relax. Tuck the chin towards the chest, lengthen the back of the neck. Close your eyes. And readjust to make yourself completely comfortable. Imagine a wave of relaxation from the bottoms of the feet all the way through to the top of the head. Every muscle melting into the mat. Clear your mind. And give yourself a few moments of complete relaxation, like a mini meditation, practicing to just let go. Taking as long as you like in your relaxation. I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. Have yourselves a great day or a good night, and namaste.